calling the January 22nd, 2018 meeting of the Ayer Board of Health to order. Public input, I do not see any public at this time.
Can I?
Yes.
Ruth Maxon Schultz called and said that she may be coming down tonight or may not, because she is meeting with the veterinarian.
Oh, okay.
So
all right.
the vet's coming.
Okay.
And so
Okay.
I don't know if she's coming or not.
All right. So minutes, so November 27th that you just gave us, as I had just mentioned, what we'll do with those is hold off for a week to give us, for a meeting, I guess, to give us some time to review those before we sign them. But the January 8th we have had, and I didn't
Okay, I think,
see any
hang on
problem.
here. I think this is, if you go down to the RAD meeting,
Yeah.
I don't think I said that the DEP is making financial preparations. They're coming up with what the standards are, what the plan is to deal with this problem with the contamination of the wells. And they did not ask the town. That would be not in their purview to set aside
No, you meant
$5 million.
it should be DPW.
What did I say?
The
Oh,
DP, yeah.
Okay, DPW. Yes, because you said there. I don't have my minutes here or my
No,
notes.
well, that's why
But
I
it was
looked at it.
$500,000.
No, it's $5 million as a
Okay,
Yeah.
placeholder.
$5 million.
So that should be the DPW.
Yes.
Okay.
That we could
That's a
correct.
typo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
DPW.
There's a large amount of money to set aside.
But I think I just
$5
did a
million,
worse job of macking it up than, I'll try this again on the.
You need another copy.
Do you have neater handwriting than I do?
Me?
Maybe you should do it.
Here.
You do it. You have neater handwriting than I
You
do.
need another copy?
I'll probably screw that one up too.
So just put DPW,
Okay.
right? Correct. Is that what you
Yes,
want? Okay.
that's all I'm trying
So
to
we
do
can do
here.
that.
You can do that.
Now, do we call ours
The-
solid waste haulers because they're trash haulers? Is that what we call them?
Our
I think in the
regulation
regulation,
says solid waste.
yeah, it's solid waste.
Okay, I
Yeah.
just wanted to know because we
Yeah.
referred to it as trash and then we referred to it as.
Right.
All right, I just wanted to.
I think the technical term is solid waste. That doesn't include sludge, and it doesn't
no,
include
no.
like recycling and that kind of stuff.
But there
But
is
it-
some confusion about that. If you look in the mail, there's a note from Bridget because she
Yeah.
found that out, and I looked.
Yeah.
And our regulation says solid waste.
Right.
So I don't know.
I think maybe we ought to amend that this year because it's trash.
Technically, I don't think so.
I don't
it's
think so
solid
because it
waste.
can include construction debris, which is
So
a little
debris,
different from trash.
Solid waste.
But I can check.
yeah,
that
because
was
we-
all in the definitions
No,
when I
we
was
had
doing
a
this.
When we were doing these regs, I know we did something with regards to construction.
Yeah.
'Cause didn't the fire department have something to do with some permits? I think they did.
They do for temporary
Yes,
permits, like what you would typically have for, well, that could be for a clean out,
yes.
or it could be for a demolition.
So.
So the
let's-
fire department does permit temporary
Yes.
dumpsters.
Yes,
I'll check the definition. I'm pretty sure we have it correct, because I think solid waste was the encompassing term that can cover some construction debris, but it's not recycling and it's not sludge and it's not sewage.
Well,
But I'll verify that.
with trash, yeah, our trash haulers do take recycling.
They do, but the term solid waste, I'm saying,
Because
is,
I remember when we were doing it, we first
Yep.
referred to them as trash haulers. So let's just kind of
Yep.
look at that again. It might be just a minor thing.
yeah. When I saw that from Bridget's talking about the septic.
Right,
Yeah. So
but
the-
that's not solid waste.
no, that's not
Well-
solid waste. That is something separate, and they have always handled. That's like pumping out of
Yes.
Right,
yeah
like a septic.
the septic tank or whatever. Yeah.
Okay, so then,
I
well,
think
with
they're
those,
called septic haulers.
I think you're right. Yeah. All right.
now on this, did we hear anything about what happened with that Global Montello? Does anybody know on that zoning? That I was going to go, but that was last
No.
Wednesday when we had the ice storm
Yeah.
and it was bad. So I slid out of here after the Water and Sewer Rate Committee, and I said, "Ooh, I'm getting home." It was
Yeah.
bad. They had the Sanders and the big
Oh
trucks
yeah.
out here.
Yeah. It got really
It
icy.
was bad, yeah. And they had canceled all the other meetings that were supposed to be on that night, but
Yeah.
they didn't cancel that because of everything
Yeah.
going out. So I just wondered if anybody knew what
No,
they had done.
I
Okay.
don't know
So,
anything more about that.
well, with the corrections then we've done, I'd make a motion, we approve the minutes of January 8th, 2018.
I second.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
We are signing the minutes. So I'm going to just initial this and date it. 122. I will sign. There you go. This one throw away. All right. So the November 27th meetings, they're done. We'll review next week.
Okay. No, in
Well,
2
next,
weeks.
not
I'm not
next
coming back
meeting.
week, but if you
You're
want
not-
to
you're not
come in-
coming next
No, no.
You're not coming next week, Mary. Okay. Done and signed. All right. Initial. We have a fairly small package here. Yeah, I see the. So with Bridget and solid waste, I'm going to add that to my notes then to. Yeah.
I looked it up.
Okay. All right, got it. Then we have a letter. Looks like this is from Bridget to Larry Tossi or Tachi?
Tossing.
Tossi. Okay. 35 Littleton Road, Ayer.
The
This,
infamous.
oh, the infant. Oh, I
We've
didn't.
had many letters to Larry.
I thought the address
Over the
looked
years.
familiar, but his
Yes,
name didn't
you
grab
have.
me.
Thanks, Chris.
139 Willard Street.
Okay,
So we
so-
have violations. And
139 Willard?
139 Willard, yep.
Okay.
And
And the violations?
the violations are water damage, bathroom ceiling, back bedroom, window does not lock, and one window does not stay open. We have
Where is the water damage in the bedroom?
it says bathroom ceiling.
Okay.
Water damage, bathroom ceiling.
They must have had complaints from the tenant.
Yeah,
I would take.
that's what it sounds like, yeah.
Okay.
So I this sounds like it's in the same back bedroom, because there are 3 bedrooms in this house. But in a bedroom, there's one window that doesn't lock and one window that won't stay open. And the water temperature is 144, but she has a note here, tenant will fix. And she also has a note here that there are holes in doors and walls, but they were damaged by the tenants, and I guess they have a deal, the tenant's going to fix that. So, I'm looking here to see if one or more, they're so noted by an asterisk, must correct it within 24 hours of receipt of this order. Okay, that is the hot water, and the tenant adjusted that during the inspection.
Okay.
So the other issues are to be done within 30 days, have to be completed within 30 days.
I would be a bit surprised, but we didn't have complaints at that place before. So if I'm reading what you're saying, so the tenant had a little problem and punched holes in the walls and everything.
To be fair, it doesn't say if it's this current tenant or
prior.
it just says, yeah, tenants, it says tenants damaged, will fix.
Well, then it sounds like it.
It does, yeah.
But then called, must have notified Board of Health about the water and the ceiling and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Because that's what turned out to be the findings, the water damage in the ceiling and the window not locking, not staying open.
When did she send this letter?
This went out January 17th.
Okay.
So he has,
Excuse me.
he has 30 days to fix it, and he is supposed to have a contract to repair these things within 5 days of receipt of this
Alrighty.
order. All right. We have, it looks like, some inspections. Union Coffee, which looks good. They didn't have any critical violations.
So it's routine.
Yeah. Tiny's. Oh, what is going on at Tiny's? Hang on a second. Let's do the easy ones. I'm sorry. Mary called me out on this that I should have just stayed
you should have
home.
been
But
home. And
I
if
know.
we get sick, it's
I am-
your fault.
okay, I'm
and
gonna
we're
sit way
sending
back.
you the bill.
And I'm not going to breathe on you. So Neshoba Club just has one thing noted here. All the coolers require thermometers.
That's
You
kind of
came
something that
prepared.
we always have.
Yeah.
The what? The cool. Yeah.
Yeah, thing with the coolers. All right, next easiest one is Verona. A label on the sink is faded. Hand sink doesn't have a handle for the cold water. But the criticals were 2 of them, and it has here, they need to label and date the deli meats in the walk-in cooler.
We've had that
And-
before.
Yep.
There.
And they
Same
need to
place.
get test strips for the 3-bay.
The what?
3-bay. 3-bay? I have no idea.
Maybe she left a letter off.
Are you talking about like a 3-bay sink?
No. Can you make out that sound? Well, they need to get some test strips.
I don't know what it is.
That much we know. This is where we need Heather. She could interpret those things. So, 2 things that they called out as being critical for Verona to be fixed. Now, Tiny's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
We've never, I don't
Critical
think we've ever
violations.
had a problem
This is
with
very
that.
unusual.
Certainly is.
So, dish racks are heavily soiled. Thermometers are required in all coolers. Egg whites improperly thawing on the counter. Peeling paint in the rear kitchen. Hand sink missing paper towels. Label and date all foods. Walk-in cooler, do not store food on the floor.
Oh, my God.
I know,
I've
and
never heard of anything there.
this is very, very unusual. The food temperature was good. Hot food was being held. Dishwasher temperatures were good. Had the gloves, but looks like a few things might have slipped a little bit. So she has them. This was Kayleen that did this inspection. So she has them scheduled for 2 to 3 weeks.
And what date
She's
did
gonna
they
go
do
back.
that?
This was done on January 5th,
Okay.
as was Verona. And she also has Verona for like 2 to 4 weeks. So we'll see those again. So
Well, sometimes don't you find too that when you're used to going into a place, it becomes almost routine. So if one of your other compatriots, and they do help one another
Yeah,
out,
they'll
goes in
sometimes
and
see
says,
something that-
wow.
Yeah,
Yeah. 'Cause-
yep.
All right.
So, and as Heather used to always point out to me, and she's absolutely right, these are a snapshot. It's one day.
That's right.
One day in the life of a
That's right.
restaurant. So you could go
That's
in on
right.
another day and it could be horrible, and another day and it could be perfect. So
That's right.
anyway, I have eaten at Tiny's since
Oh.
January 5th and have had no issues. So
Good.
yeah, I'm not terribly bored. And they have always been very good in the past.
Yes.
All right, we have a license to operate recreational camps, overnight camps, or cabins, motels, and trailer coach packs. One for Casamana,
Oh, that's kind of a routine.
yeah, and one for Hillside Mobile Home Pack, 25 Groton School Road.
Okay.
So, looks like,
These are all beginning of the year kind of.
Yeah, yeah.
yep, looks like that material is kind of standard stuff. So I have nothing else from Neshoba, correct?
Was there anything that, now that I heard a rumor again that the place on Main Street here that you've been waiting for them to open?
Sushi.
Yes.
Don't tell me they're not coming.
Well, no, they were getting ready to open, but like I said, don't go over there for dinner tonight or anything, because we heard this
Oh my gosh.
that they were going to definitely be open by last June 30th. So,
Yeah.
like I said,
Yeah.
a rumor that they're almost ready to
Well, I
open.
probably will be there the first night.
So
I
we'll have
can't
to
wait
get on
for
the
this.
steps to see you.
I will. I'll be sitting on
Oh
the
my
steps
goodness.
the first night.
Okay.
Holy cow. All right, next thing we have is for Ms. Spinner to update us on the Neshoba Associated Boards of Health Quarterly Executive Board meeting.
Well, first of all, the meeting about the retirement was supposed to be December 8th canceled,
Ay,
and they don't have a new date. And I said, well, Jim, don't hold your breath,
boy.
because right now they're trying to figure out how they're going to spend all the money that they're going to get from the retail marijuana shop. So,
oh
don't.
my gosh.
What I will give you is this, and you have the forms upstairs. That's the bill for this year. And you do have the forms.
I emailed it in already. Or did I give it to you to send it?
Well, we
Or
didn't
did I
have the
scan it and send
Neshoba
it?
Board
What
of
are you
Health.
talking about?
We didn't have this. We did
The
our
budget.
This is Neshoba's budget.
Yeah.
Right. I think I just signed it
No, we signed it. We signed
with
it.
these numbers will be
Coming.
yeah,
What I'm
provided.
telling you is, this is what we
These are the
voted on.
numbers.
So
Okay.
you can give that
All right.
into the office and give it to
I'm going to
Lisa.
pass this on to our very able
Yeah,
administrative assistant to do
Thank you.
exactly that.
I think I can manage.
Okay, wonderful.
5% increase from last year. So what we're...
And so nothing new on the pension situation, huh?
Nothing at all. Like I said, not even a date.
Wow.
As I said, Terry, who's a financial person, has been putting away money. But what they're trying to say is, well, we need to pay them from 2014 up till now. We don't have that kind of money. We're a small organization.
Oh, boy.
And, somebody needs to get back, because a lot of these groups, too, that are in, they're small little groups. And
Yeah.
some of them are in another, like MRPC is in with, I think, the Worcester group, I think. So I more to come. We'll just have to wait. I think he's waiting. We still haven't heard anything. There was supposed to be some changes in the new food permits. Now, Bridget had heard that like people that sell all prepackaged wouldn't have to have a license like they do now. We haven't heard anything. She's checked with the state again. So if we that could be an area where we'll lose a little money.
Okay.
So we'll just have to wait and see. Flu, they did a little something different with the flu clinics this year, and they partnered with some groups, and they seem to have done pretty well. They're waiting for finance to come in, because they've just completed some of these clinics, so it takes a long time before everything comes in. And I guess in one of the towns they're having a little problem with regards to giving out the permit to a builder. I mean, we have that nice sheet that goes around here, everybody checks on, and I think we're fortunate that pretty much everybody has town water and sewer.
Yes, we're very lucky in that respect.
But in some towns they have, little bits of it here and little bits of it there, and the chair said he checked, because if the land use coordinator says, oh yeah, you can go ahead and build this house, and then you go check later because they need septic, who's responsible for that? And he came in and he said, how would you like to have to memorize all these? The building codes, they're 99 pages of them.
Wow.
I said, well, that's ridiculous. So I don't know
Yeah,
what's
that's a
going
bit
to
much.
happen in that. I said, well, one of the things we certainly did in our town was finally, a couple of years ago, hire a full-time building inspector.
Yeah.
Something we had
Yeah.
put forward when I was on the finance committee, we put forward for years, and the different boards didn't do it. So I think that made a big difference.
And I think it's been a wonderful thing.
Oh,
I really do.
absolutely, absolutely. And if and the form, I've said, I like that form, because everybody gets
I like
to
the form too.
comment on it, so that a builder shouldn't have a problem on it, and because if you need to see, for example, if Mark Wetzel writes on it, please see me about this,
Yeah.
et cetera, then everything should be done
Yeah.
in a nice manner. So what I did see, and it was a very nice little thing, I'd never seen it before, they put out kind of a little sheet about what they do in every town. I never saw it. One of the things was that they have like a teddy bear day. They go to some of the schools or the libraries,
Yep.
because children are often afraid when they go to the doctor and to see, so they do this whole thing about your teddy bear is sick and, you know, and this is what we're going to do, and they go through the whole procedure. That was kind of nice.
That is kind of nice.
Yeah, I had never seen the thing before. So they're getting together, you know, set up now to start. So staffing-wise, they're good right now. I think the only thing that we had coming up, and we will, Jim was going to do it last year, but I don't know if you've ever noticed, but the drainage on Central Avenue is bad.
Yeah.
And he needs to do that driveway there because it's all crushed stone. But because of our new stormwater regs and everything, he got a kind of a quote from Mark Wetzel last year, and he said, "Whew, I can't afford that this year." So that might be something that we have to do.
Yeah.
But right now, things seem to, staff-wise and everything, and of course they got the whole new computer system running, and everything is good. So I think things are fine there.
Okay, good. And they don't have any unstaffed or open positions there.
Not right
They're-
now.
They're fully staffed. Great.
Not right now.
Good.
He said, and I was impressed. He said their health insurance only went up 7%. And I said, "Oh, we hear in
Wow.
town it's going to go up 15%." And he said, "Well, you know, you make some negotiations. You make some changes and do what you can." So, yeah.
Oh, that makes me hopeful. Maybe mine won't jump too much this year.
Well, yeah.
I'll find out. I think next month is like when I get my new rates or whatever. Okay. Thank you very much, Mary, and thank you for your continuing support going to those meetings.
And I can add my whatever you want to the next item too, because that's been a hot topic.
Yeah. So what's going on? I saw that you did get copies.
Did he? I asked him to.
Yeah, because I saw
good.
Jane's email asking to have it posted,
Okay.
so it looked like that whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I sent
Went
you
well.
a copy too. I just got those
The
today. Well, I saw them today.
yeah, this was only a small part of this. I mean, the aquifer was just the first thing on the agenda, and it was just nothing different except I'm trying to compare that big packet that you gave me. All that light reading.
Oh,
These were new in this, and I wasn't 100% sure if that meant anything. It was just the dates, I think, had changed
probably
from
yeah.
last with the PFAS data.
Yeah, no more.
But not anything completely, different than what we had. The way this thing is set up and flipping.
Oh, I know.
No, I think there was nothing glaring. And
So
then
we have-
Lori Nearing was asking a few questions about what the town was going to do in the future. And I didn't get into that too much because that's a DPW. I said that they would, that's
Yeah.
a Mark Wetzel
Yeah.
thing, and
Yeah.
it wasn't etched in stone yet. And you had said by March they would have further discussion on that,
If I
right,
might.
Mary?
Adam, Chair?
Of course, absolutely.
So this has been a hot topic at our capital plan meeting and at our water and sewer rate.
Yeah.
Someone asked at the water and sewer rate because this seemed to be in the third well at Grove Pond. Now, we blend our
Yes, we do.
water.
Yeah.
So someone said, well, couldn't you just close the third well down? Well, no, because that would just draw it down into the other two.
Right.
I believe he's meeting with the people at DEP somewhere in the first week in February.
Yeah.
And he said he put the $5 million down because that was what had been, another town had paid.
Yeah.
What, of course, a problem we have is you know how things go. First of all, because of, this isn't like a private company that could just say, oh, I know somebody that could do this, pick up the phone and say,
Yep.
get over here, here's
Right.
my specs, come back in 72 hours with your plan. So
Yeah.
this would have to be posted for 30 days.
Yeah,
And then you'd have to see how many people you get, and then the law says, well, you take the lowest bidder. Well, how long is it gonna take? Even if we had to have a special town meeting, I think with all that 30 days, you're at least 60 days before you've even got somebody hired.
Right.
What do you
Yeah.
do for water?
right,
Right.
exactly.
And that's something we don't have the answer, but we've scheduled, he should have all the answers to the cost and everything. And we've scheduled our meeting for the third Wednesday, I think, in February. And I want to say it's the 21st. And that's the date we'll know. And we can
That's
decide what we have to, we have to set our
Okay.
water and sewer rates and
Okay.
everything.
And this is also going to take EPA and or DEP saying this is specifically the number. Right now, it's an advisory
Right.
limit. It's not a you may not exceed. It's a
But
you
again,
should not exceed.
and everybody said, well, call your state reps, your state senator. I said, call whoever you want, but the timeline,
Yeah.
is fine. Well, the military did this. I don't care who did it, and if we can, and certainly if we get any money back afterwards, we need to go after it
Right.
rapidly.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is, we need to find out how long it's going to take, and that's a huge amount of money to come out of your water
It sure is.
enterprise fund.
Yeah.
And when we think of
Sure
what's
is.
on the agenda with the debt exclusion for the schools and this,
Yep.
you're asking a lot of people,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
especially those of us that are on fixed income.
Yeah. Yep. That is
Now, where
crazy.
is the money coming from, Mary?
It would have to come from the water enterprise fund,
Okay.
but that's a lot to raise the rates.
It's strange.
So, yeah, I found this tonight. I said, because this was the one that was
They
given.
gave
This
out,
is the one
yeah.
that you were with me at.
Yeah.
So this is the difference.
Yeah,
But
there's
what happened to
two.
this data point?
There's two that are, the only difference I saw, and I didn't spend any time looking at them, they looked almost identical, was the date on them.
That's.
Yes.
Yeah, the date looked the same. Well, yeah.
No, the
Yeah.
dates are different.
On
There's
the new
one,
one?
Yeah, the new one has it's
Yeah,
I
all
don't know
these-
what's on the front.
All these
18
gray,
January.
that's what he said,
yeah.
all these gray areas here are the different,
Yeah, the one that has the 18th of January date on the cover page
yes.
has a new data point.
oh, okay.
Whereas that previous one, they didn't have this data point from
Okay.
October 17th.
I sent the whole shebang up to
Yeah.
Cindy, so
Because-
that she will be putting both of them, or all three things on.
There's something really interesting here if you look at these two. Because I'm always looking at McPherson, because Mary has mentioned that there had historically been one time an issue at McPherson. And there was. It was 1228.
In
But then-
2016.
Look at this. That
This zero,
12/28/2016, McPherson Well 3G. That whole data line is different. So I'm wondering, was this a typo?
originally this one?
Yeah. Or is this a typo?
Well, since we've always heard that McPherson
Yeah.
has contaminant, I would say that that one is wrong. Well,
Well,
I
the
just-
next, well,
I would just ask about it at the next meeting. Or, you
the
know,
next
minutes.
RAB is April 12th.
Yeah.
It's a ways off.
Well-
It's gonna be here.
But see, everything will
Yeah.
be decided with
Yeah, the
regards
other
to the
issue,
wells
yes.
and all
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And either way, it's not going to change anything one way or the other. It's just, I'm not sure which one would be the typo. It's just that because these are historical numbers and we're just adding another one, these data points should be the same on this form, and the 068 is correct. Right? No, that's
No.
now. I have no idea.
Well,
No idea.
And when I went,
That's very strange.
We had this, I didn't have this with me.
Yeah,
I should've-
yeah.
Brought the whole thing with me. But what I had begun to say was, Lori was there asking about Pace, asking
Yeah.
about the DPW situation with the well and what you had told me, and I said, there's nothing etched in stone yet, that's all.
We don't
coming
have
up.
Yeah.
We don't have any
Right.
idea of what's gonna happen in
we're
this.
doing
and
more
that.
testing, I
Yeah.
think, this week, and
Yeah.
yeah, so that's that.
Okay.
So we wanna know typo.
Isn't it, yeah, is it a typo or what's
So that's the,
that 12/28/2016 data point? I would just ask, why is that number in this version different from
mhm.
what it's not like there would be any new information that would change it. It was a static point. But I just took a quick glance through this too, and it looks like they talked a little bit about Shepley's and
Yeah, they
their-
did, and they talked about, the levels coming from Shepley, and then they had, and I think they might have included a map in the email.
Yeah.
Yeah,
With
I
the
think it's in
affected area.
it's actually the mail thing.
Oh, okay.
That email that came in, I put it in the
Yeah.
mail file, so then you can see what's
Yeah.
exactly. But there were
This-
three files.
Yeah.
Those are finished. What else did I make a little faster? But yeah, the Devon's fire station. So
Yeah.
they're gonna do those
Yeah,
samplings.
they're gonna
from
do
the
sampling
phone.
there,
That's
yeah.
upcoming.
Yep.
Um,
And then I saw something that looked hopeful here too with Shipley's. It wasn't this, it was, let's see. Yes, this is
This
something
one.
they've been talking about
ER.
for a while,
Yeah.
that they're going to do a study
mhm.
to look at that site, what's the background level of the arsenic? Because we have granite here and there is some,
Right. And
there's some background level of arsenic.
organically, or I don't know exactly the term, but they said in New England,
Yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah.
way
Yeah.
that,
Yes.
there is, I know the town that I work in, they can't use the bubblers in the school for the same reason.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
It's just
that,
a tiny.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
just the way it
Tiny
is. So
bit.
it's
Yeah.
like, which came first? you know?
Right, so and the Army has been pointing that out for a
Right,
while,
right.
that it might not be reasonable to look at the starting point as zero.
Right.
There was no arsenic until the Army came.
No,
There was some level, we just don't know exactly what
never had a reason to test
what it
for
was, yeah.
Right.
Okay, that's
So-
good. And then I saw something else here that looked good. They were like 80% of the
Majority of 80% continue to have stable, decreasing arsenic concentrations.
Okay, that's a good thing. So at Shepley's, 80% of the Shepley's
Yeah.
wells,
Yeah.
the arsenic levels are
So that
staying the
is-
same
yeah.
or going down.
Yeah,
Good.
it's not elevating.
Yeah, this was the page I was glancing at, and it looks like it has kind of their roundup. They're saying there's nothing here to light your hair on fire about.
Right.
There's nothing really
Right, and there were just some newer.
terrible going on.
They were trying to explain all this, the plume.
Yeah,
And the flow
oh,
and all
I
that.
know. The plume is always a
Yes.
big discussion, because they really have to figure out, it's like once that stuff goes underground, it's like then where exactly
You
is
gotta
it?
follow it.
Yep.
See where it
Where
goes.
exactly is it going?
All right, so this is a question for the next.
Yeah, I would just
meeting,
ask it next
is to
time.
have,
It's not super urgent, it's a historical data point, it's a McPherson well, I would just be curious as to
Yeah.
why did a historical
Why,
data point
yeah.
change? Great, so somehow these two are gonna eventually come together,
Mm-hmm.
and that's great, Mary, that you're on the water and sewer.
Yes.
Great, so you're hearing that,
And it's
that
part of
end of
capital,
things
'cause
too.
it's a huge.
Exactly,
Yeah,
yeah,
so-
yeah. Yep, exactly.
We'll know what we're doing at our March
Oh my
21st.
gosh. All
and
right.
that's March 21st for water.
I mean,
and-
February,
for
sorry.
water and sewer.
Yeah, because if we have to get it on, I think they're opening the warrant tomorrow night, but if we have to do, I don't know if they intend to do any type of debt exclusion. Lisa's doing all the numbers right now to see,
Yeah.
can we take that all out of the water enterprise? You know,
Yeah,
because you don't borrow it all at once.
right,
So,
right, right.
like I said, we'll know more. She's getting that all done.
Okay. The thing that would be the real kick in the pants, and that's where I want to talk to Mark Wetzel, I don't know if this came up or not, but did he seem to have any idea if DEP or EPA or whoever is going to take charge here issues the absolute limit, the, may not exceed limit, is that going to remain at 70 or could
As he
it
said,
change?
when he talks to them in February, he's going to have
Okay. Okay.
more of the answers, and then, like you said, he can crunch the numbers and find out where we go from here.
Okay, gotcha. That's where it seems like there's a lot of moving pieces, that we know we need to spend a lot of money to pull this stuff out, but then we have to be working with that
We're
right
just
end number.
speculating right now until we
Yeah.
get the final thing. So
It's going to be expensive.
yeah,
I think that much
yes, it is.
Right.
that much we know. It's just how much. Okay, great. Thank you very much. So next thing I've got on here is discussion.
Infamous.
Yes. Once again, 40 East Main Street.
41.
I'm sorry, 41 East Main Street. Oh my gosh, I know. I don't want to drag another property into this. So, 41 East Main Street, we have a letter. Did you throw that in? Is that in
Yeah.
this with the.
Yeah.
So,
Little snarky, I thought.
December 27th.
Is that the word?
Yeah.
I like that word, Mary.
I wouldn't expect that word to come out of your mouth.
Oh, no, been around
Yeah,
a
I
while.
Snarky.
But the question is, do we have to have another public hearing? That seems to be the thing.
Well, we don't have a clear conflict of interest because I'm not in a butter.
No, I know that.
So I don't know where he's getting that.
And the very
my
first
gosh.
time he came here, you know, I made it perfectly clear to him
Yeah.
what I thought of
Yeah.
the project. However, I said, as a member of the Board of Health, I'll follow what our Aquifer Protection District regs are to the T. It doesn't mean
Yeah.
I have to like this, and I don't like
Right.
out-of-town people coming in and thinking we're a little burb and they can do anything they want, make an ugly project here. I think I was very clear to him.
Direct.
I think you were your usual very
Hey.
clear and straightforward. Okay, so what he is asking for is a determination of whether or not we have to go through the public hearing process again. So,
And I did request, just so you know, I did
Yeah.
request from him a list of things that have changed, and I have not received
Of
it.
course not.
yeah, exactly. So,
And I quite frankly thought he might show up on Neil tonight just to say, okay, I've sent you the new plans, what are your questions so that I can take it we can answer. I did think somebody would be here tonight, quite frankly.
Yeah, I mean, they don't really have to be. We can.
No, but he's in this snarky letter.
I see the snarky letter.
I mean,
Absolutely.
He says that we've pretty much been,
This
has been going
This
on
is
for
you can see
years.
the whole little batch of communication here.
Were you having trouble printing out your packet, Tricia?
This I didn't see.
Oh, I sent it to
That was
you
like in a
last-
separate email.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like right after the last
All right.
meeting, I sent it out.
And I also forgot to print it and bring it because Mary was asking me if I had read it, and I'm like, I don't think I read a snacky letter. But then it was like it was in the kind of last paragraph. Yeah.
This is just so anybody that watches this thinks I'm just, they say, oh, there she goes babbling again. We are looking for the town and the Board of Health to provide a referenceable, documented explanation of their finding if they do not see that this is a minor change. The supporting December letter from Ross Associates, which I provided to you and Jane, shows 3 reasons why this is a beneficial change. Most importantly, Ross Associates indicates this affects only a 1% change in the stormwater discharge issue, impacting the special permit. This is my favorite. After all the town's missteps and follies over the past 2 recent years and several instances of backpedaling, we trust the town will move forward and support this project. We are looking for a clear guide to approval and trust you will ensure there is accuracy and accountability as we move
I know.
forward.
I know it.
Now this, well, let me put it this way. I hope the people that are in the downstairs condo have blackout curtains because this is backed right up almost to the building.
It's pretty close. Yeah.
Well, yes.
Yeah, it's pretty close. From a Board of Health standpoint,
Correct.
however,
We're calling this a breezeway.
yeah, and all he really has to do as far as we're concerned, whether anybody is going to want to live in the new units or the old units is beside the point.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
That's his problem.
That's right. That's why I thought
So-
that somebody would come tonight
Yeah.
just to get this
Yeah.
off, and especially, and of course he did include you of being in a butter and showing up at the planning board meeting.
So it might be a good idea if you're going to accuse someone of missteps to know who your abutters are,
Yes.
which I am not one. And of course, I was speaking out at the planning board meeting as a citizen
Yes, that's right.
of
You
this
made
town.
that clear.
I am a resident.
That's right.
I was not speaking as Board of Health. So, what I need him to do, and I have no problem laying this out in a, how did he ask for it? In a clear and, however he wants it done, I can lay this out. The issue is, for the record, that when we issue a special permit, the special permit is filed with the deed for the property.
Correct.
That special permit references the site plan,
Correct.
the drawings, it references all of the supporting documentation to say exactly what it was we approved. Because if we did not have a dated drawing, then how would we know later on, well, what exactly did the Board of Health approve? Was it the one that you showed us on this day or that day or another day? This drawing that he has provided says very clearly on it, this is a progress print, 12/14/17. So that's telling me this is not your, this is not your.
Well, exactly. And if you read the rest of it, they understand what they need to do, so why
Right.
don't they do it?
Well, that exactly is going to be my response to them, is just do what you need to do. Show on the print where you're moving foundation trenches, where you're moving cultet chambers. Show this information that's now in a letter, what your impervious calculations are. Show us a print that says exactly what this project is going to consist of, and then we can determine if it needs a public hearing or not.
Correct.
My impression at this point is that it probably does not, if this is correct, that these changes are very minor. It probably does not require a public hearing. However, it does require a new special permit. So give us the supporting documents so we can do that.
Exactly. So if he does all this, then we can issue a new special permit without a public hearing because
it's
considered minor. But
that's right.
we have to have the correct new plans to go with the deed.
Exactly. We're not going to issue a special permit based upon a letter or a discussion or a telephone call or an email or anything else. So, could you...
So the ball is in his court.
The ball is, I can draft a letter for you to send back to Ross
would be
Associates based on this.
Great.
So do you have copies of all of this stuff somewhere?
Yes,
Can
you
I
can have
take
that.
this whole
Sure,
set because it's got
absolutely.
everything?
Yeah, I have it scanned in too, so.
And my printer at home is dying, and I could not get this to print out with any nice level of detail. I think the printer is on its last leg. Okay, so I will do a letter. Okay. We also have, let's see. Oh, content of the annual report. All right. So I think we're done with 41 East Main. I'm going to do a letter. We'll send that out saying what we need. Content of annual town report. I'm remiss. I did not do that. I've been sick for the last week.
And in
So-
here, spreading your germs.
I'm in
on
here
my-
spreading my germ. But I have my flu shot, so I will not accept the
Get the flu.
idea that, no, I don't think this is really the flu. I think I just have either a winter cold or a mild flu
But it's
thing.
hanging
But
out.
it's and it's all back
Well,
and neck
okay,
aches and pains. I don't
we'll
know.
take it
I don't know
that you
what's
get
going
it
on.
done.
I will get it done the next time. Yeah, right.
What I'm trying to
Yeah, I know.
well,
Yeah. Oh my God, I am turning into an old biddy discussing my health problems.
what I want to know is
Yes.
because we got. Well, I guess it's important because I got 2 copies of it. 217 West Main Street.
Yes, 217 West Main. So I understand that we do need, thank you for bringing that up.
It wasn't in Bridget's packet per se, but
Well,
I
I talked to,
assume
can I,
Yes.
Madam Chair, could
I'm
I,
assuming that
through
she-
the chair to the board?
Yes, please
Yeah.
enlighten us.
Okay,
And it's 217 West.
West Main.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
this is this being brought by Cal, whatever it is.
Yes, yeah.
I spoke with Bridget today
Okay,
about this, and she said that she spoke with, Mark Wetzel, I think it was, anyway, with Kyle
yep,
Ringwald. And the aquifer protection thing is not an issue in this case because there's ample open space.
okay.
So, although the site is within the aquifer,
Yeah, that's what I think is strange. It's not on the
Because-
map.
yeah, well, it is on the map. See, now this is the other thing, and I can send out copies of the aquifer protection map. But the Conservation Commission is using the map that's on file with GIS. And I asked her for copies of that. And I think it's a little different, but they're saying, no, it's the same as what we have. And
Oh,
it
wow.
shows that parcel is definitely within the aquifer protection district. The reason that they don't have to have a hearing or a special permit is because there's ample open space.
Right, it's not
It's not
making
being
more than
developed.
15%
I think,
impervious.
and I don't know if they did it already, but I think the Conservation Commission was having a hearing on this. And it might have been, I'm not sure if it was last week. I know I saw it posted out there, and I said to myself, oh, good, the new agent is on top
Well,
of this.
I'm going to double check because I know that it was a concern with the conservation
Yeah,
people, and see, I didn't see anybody today.
No, but
to
I did
talk
see
about
that
this.
posted,
Yeah,
their meeting, so
but
I.
they
Yeah.
were going to discuss it last week, and I haven't been told what happened because there's a tendency to, get this answer from this person, this answer from this person, this answer from this person. So anyway, I will be speaking with our conservation agent about this very thing.
I know I was perusing the board out there, and I saw this a couple of weeks ago, and I said, oh,
Yeah.
good,
Yeah.
because we didn't
Yeah.
have anything with that other, project that,
exactly. So
Yes.
conservation uses a GIS map.
And I'll send you a copy of it. And
Okay.
I don't know if I sent Bridget a copy or not, but I'll send everybody a copy of it. Because I had her send me a copy of the GIS map.
Wouldn't that be an interesting thing if we've been looking at the wrong map?
Well, but the other thing that's troubling about this and why I hesitate to take Bridget's this conversation like the last word on this is she was talking to the engineer that represents the builder. So,
Yeah,
there's a tendency, to
Yeah.
say,
Yeah.
So
exactly.
I think you have to consider the source, and
Yeah.
I don't know that that's the last word, but according to Bridget, it's not applicable. The aquifer protection
Yeah.
is not applicable.
well, I'll tell you, unless I had some new supersonic glasses, nobody could read this,
I know it.
other than you can read the words general notes and regulatory
You
notes,
could get it like this.
and that's
Yeah,
it.
right.
And that's it. So,
But you could read the whole thing, except that it just
Right.
yeah,
You just need
So-
about a dozen of those pieces of paper.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my gosh. So you have two of those.
yes, would you love one?
Yes, I will take one. Just we'll say, well, I don't know if I'd love one,
See?
but it
There
would
you
probably
go.
be of use.
Yeah.
It's one less thing I have to stress my printer with.
The other thing while we're speaking about
It's going to stress my eyes.
yeah, aquifer protection district.
Yeah?
I was in a meeting this last week with the people who have special permits, each of the different departments, because
Yeah.
we're working with, now we have a town planner, and we're working towards having some kind of a protocol,
Yeah.
So we're working on doing this. And it's come up again, and evidently, the Board of Health is not going to be involved with the special permitting of the aquifer protection after a date certain.
Oh, yes, we are, because
And
those are our
I-
health district
okay.
regs.
Yeah,
I
this
spoke
is
with-
a little bit of a,
Yeah, I
Mismatch.
spoke with Carly,
yeah.
and I asked her if she could call you, Pam, to discuss
Yeah.
this with you, because I think there is some misconceptions about it.
Yeah.
And so, just, if she hasn't called you already, she will be calling to discuss this. But evidently, the state's making some changes, and, or, just,
Public health, public drinking water comes under the Board of Health.
well,
What My understanding of this the last time I delved into it was that Board of Health in this town is actually doing two things when it comes to the aquifer. One is under the zoning bylaw, when it talks about aquifer, it says that the Board of Health is the special permit granting authority on behalf of, I guess it would be otherwise ZBA or planning. In addition to that, the Board of Health has its own aquifer protection regulation
Correct.
that regardless of what zoning has or does or says, we can make a regulation for whatever it is we want to make a regulation for, you know, with appropriate support of the town and so forth. So I think the belief is that if they just change that section of the zoning bylaw to say that we are no longer the special permit granting authority, that only takes away half the equation. The other half of the equation is our regulation still exists and still stands. And what has concerned me for a while is that there are already a few differences between our regulation and the zoning bylaw. We have not been brought in any way to work with planning or the ZBA or whoever is handling this and their consultant to make sure that our regs are our regs totally covered in theirs? Do we want to get rid of our regulation?
No, we don't.
We haven't even had the discussion.
No, I'm
yet.
saying the reason we
So-
had this in the first place was because we do protect the drinking water.
Yep.
It's under the Department of Public Health.
Yeah.
They're zoning.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
can make zoning laws and change them, et cetera, et cetera. But we protect the
Okay.
public health. And
You
that
are
comes
correct
under the
about that.
Department of Public Health.
All right.
And when we kept having this going back before, they had one thing and then somebody got up and changed it. You know how these things
Yeah.
go at town meeting. And we said, we will have our health district regulations.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, and I'm not trying to be a contrary person here, but I'm just reiterating what I've been told,
Yep.
okay?
I gotcha.
So I'm not taking sides, I'm not saying who's right or who's wrong.
Yeah.
But when I offered them exactly what you said, Mary,
Yeah.
I was told that the town has a bylaw. And our regulation is a child of that bylaw. That bylaw is changing. The state is not recognizing boards of health as the SPGA in aquifer protection, period. So we are, and I asked Carly to call
Okay.
you.
Yeah.
So she
Yeah.
can talk to you
Yeah.
chapter and verse. But see, we're in the process of redoing, the town is redoing its bylaws.
Yes. Yeah,
Yes.
I know.
So when that happens, we are no longer going to have a jurisdiction over the aquifer protection because we are able right now to have this regulation because the planning board gave us that power
No, they didn't.
in their, or if they didn't, then we don't even have.
Yes, we do.
Well, that's where I'm saying it's the split
Oh,
thing.
but I also want to say, and this is just a point of law here, that when you read the word shall,
Yeah.
do you know what it means?
It's like must.
You
Shall
must.
is must.
Like upon the pain of death, you must.
Yes, you must, right.
You must.
Yeah.
So when it says shall, like in our common parlance,
Yeah.
when people talk, when they say shall, it's kind of a wishy-washy word. It kind of
Yeah.
goes along with should, but maybe
No,
we should,
shall isn't should.
but shall is absolutely, emphatically You
Well,
must.
You're quite emphatic down there. Yeah, you're right. Shall means you must.
Yeah.
Anyway, because this is controversial, and I told her that the Board of Health had a different reading in this, and she said, Mary, she was really surprised because this has been taken up by the Board of Selectmen, and you were there at the meetings. So anyway, this is what she told me.
Who told you this?
Carly. So anyway,
I haven't even been in a Board of Selectmen meeting when they've discussed bylaws.
okay, so anyway, this is what I was told. Because it affects this board,
Yep.
and it's complex.
Yeah.
I asked Carly to call you, Pam.
Yeah.
So expect.
Good job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the state is, assigns the duties to different.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
And defines the the jurisdictional.
Yeah, you're right.
field.
You're right.
So
Yep.
the state is very emphatic now that the Board of Health is not the Aquifer Protection
Okay.
Board. So
It kind of sounds like they've done some research on
Until we
this.
see something
So,
from the Department
Yep,
of
that's
Public
what I
Health.
want to
And
know
for
from
now-
Carly. Yeah,
for now, we are the SPGA.
that's
For
right.
now.
Yeah.
And I'm not clear when that changes. She kept saying in March, and then I asked her in March, and she says, well, it depends on, and it might be, I wasn't clear in what it,
I thought we have
trip
to-
point, but it could be when we adopt our new
Right.
zoning.
And I thought changes in
bylaws.
changes in zoning bylaws have to go to town meeting?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
they
so-
have to go to town meeting, and I think they also have to go before the state legislature.
Right, after they go,
Yeah.
to town
'Cause it's
meeting.
a
So
whole
I don't see anything
But
changing by March,
again,
that's for
until
sure.
the state says
Yeah.
you don't
Otherwise.
have anything to do with
Yeah.
it. Ours are health district regulations,
Yeah.
and zoning doesn't do anything with health
The other
district
thing that
regulations.
she told me is that the regulations necessarily follow the bylaw. So the bylaw supersedes the regulation. So if there are discrepancies between the bylaw and our regulation, the bylaw is the,
I think she's.
that's what she told me.
Yeah,
Well, here's an interesting point in this whole thing, just a little side issue, and I hope Mr. Seda is watching and listening, because it's going to surprise him that, well, maybe he's already surprised that I'm not in a butter, but I'm going to come down on his side here. What I have seen of the modified zoning bylaw, proposed modified zoning bylaw for aquifer, it specifically excludes permeable pavers and semi-pervious pavers as a way to mitigate the amount of impervious surface. I personally think that is wrong, especially in many of the aquifer areas in Ayer, and I know that because I live in the aquifer, has very, very sandy soil. And that stuff drains like nobody's business. So especially if you're using, wide space pavers, these special semi-permeable pavers, there is not going to be a problem with drainage. So I really disagree with that part of the new zoning bylaw. And
Well,
that
then you need-
that
now
is
you
going to
need to
take
speak
something
up.
like Mr. Sada's project and knock it off the
Yeah.
map. So
Well, that's, we need to put that input in there.
I will talk to Carly. Yeah, I won't wait. I'll have an update for that on the next meeting. So if you
Okay.
want to just put something down
Yeah.
for, provided that our government doesn't suddenly lurch back into gear and I'm sent to Germany for the next meeting. I don't really know. Oh my gosh. All right. We have one more mail item, and this is, I thought we already did this, but maybe we didn't. Well, we must not have. January 8th, quarterly inspection of JP Ruthier Tire Recycling Facility.
Well, that should have been under Bridget's stuff, shouldn't it?
No, that comes directly.
This comes to us, but I think what we looked at the last
We did
meeting
look
was
at
the,
We did look at something.
we
from
looked
him.
at the
Yeah.
Yeah,
checklist.
Yeah,
So this
this
is
is
just a
different.
copy of the actual report.
oh, well, we had
Saying
already
that,
looked
yeah, everything's, is the opinion of the engineer as a result of this inspection, the facility is being operated within standard operating procedures for a facility of this
that was
nature.
one.
So, and they will continue to do quarterly inspections. So all is well with our tire recycling facility. Thank goodness, something's going well. No bills? You didn't spend any money?
No, not a cent. I'm saving the
Oh.
town's money.
Jane, how disappointing.
Yeah.
And we did the,
Yeah, status report.
Tobacco.
Yeah, we know we're
that.
okay with that. Anything happen with that last? You had a
The only
straggler.
one that I do have a straggler. I called him. It was it's Sullivan and Sons.
Yeah.
I talked to Mrs. Sullivan, and she says, "Oh, it's somewhere in the mail, and I'll get after him to do it." And blah blah. She said the same thing last year.
Well, maybe
so
she needs to get those sons on it.
I know
Well-
somebody. But anyway, I said, "Are you sure you have the information?"
Yeah.
She says, "I wouldn't want to vouch for it." So I sent out another packet
Send,
on the 11th.
send another packet.
And
yeah.
so they've got it. I'm waiting for it to come back. It has
hasn't
not
come in,
back yet.
fine them.
Yeah, that's,
Fine them, that's the only way.
That's
you
the
ever
thing,
get
right.
Because
somebody's
they are the
attention.
only ones.
yeah.
They are
We
the
have
only ones.
rules for fining, and that seems to be
Yeah,
the
we
only
do.
way.
We
Hit
do.
them in the pocketbook, and then they won't do
That's
it
going to
again.
be the, then that's going to be the hot topic then for our next meeting is
Yeah.
if we have not, you will have sent it twice.
Yeah.
We don't have to send it
You know.
anymore.
No, we
That's
don't
it.
need
We-
to send it anymore.
In fact, I bet some towns don't even send a second one,
No, they probably don't.
so.
They probably don't. So anything miscellaneous? I think, boy, we almost went off into miscellaneous on a few
Well, I
things,
think we
guess.
probably got our next meeting all set up anyway.
Yeah, we do. We,
Oh, I have something under miscellaneous.
oh, okay. All right, go
I
ahead.
can speak.
Of course.
And Mary, this one goes out for you. In the same meeting that all this harangue came up about the the SPGA and the Board of Health. Also, the transmittal forms are going to change from those little checkoff boxes that you've been
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
very upset about.
I wasn't very upset,
Yeah.
Jane. All I said was that we should be able to write not a
Yeah.
Board of Health issue.
Right.
That's
Right.
all.
There should
Okay,
be a little more
Let me
info.
amend it. You weren't upset,
No,
but
I
you
just-
might have been a little critical of that. Would you say critical?
I made a statement.
Okay, made
so
a statement.
that it looks as though if somebody read it and just
Yeah.
real quick say, "Oh, this is fine because all these boards wrote approved,"
Right.
just put down.
Yeah, you can't tell if it's not applicable.
Yeah,
or
not applicable.
I'll raise
not
my
a
hand for
board
it. I'm
of-
critical of
Yeah.
that.
You know,
Somebody on the board is
Okay.
critical.
Yeah.
Well, they've decided for all those reasons that you have cited that that's going to change.
Beautiful.
Because, as it turns out, some developers take an approval as it being official.
Exactly,
They're
that's what
not
I've
hoping
said.
Yeah.
it's been official.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what I
So-
said.
Yeah.
So, you're not the only one, Mary.
Yeah.
And so that is going to change. And I wanted to just mention that.
Yeah. That's
And
Because
perfect.
I was the first one that said, "Good, I like this. It
Yeah.
goes all
Yeah.
around instead of, getting something from this board and we've already had our meeting, then we got to rush it over to
Right.
Bridget, etc." It was very disjointed. But and somebody else probably said the same thing.
Yeah.
If there's a problem, it should say it, or they should just put, like the Board of Assessors, not applicable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blah blah
Absolutely.
blah. Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that's fine.
So that's
Anything
gonna
that makes
change.
it clearer.
There's
Yeah.
also, we now have a town planner on board,
I know that.
and
Wonderful.
he called a meeting last Thursday. I think it was Thursday. Might have been, I don't know. I think it was last Thursday. And we got together, which is why I didn't get the minutes finished. But
Yeah.
we were included in the meeting, I mean, I went.
Yep.
And it was a preliminary meeting to discuss how, when a developer comes before the town, how do we deal with him? How do we unwrap? Where does he go first? And,
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
because as we've seen with 41 East Main Street, it's kind of divide and conquer. And this little game has been played by a lot of different developers. So we're looking at ways so we can be unified.
Yeah.
And it will be less confusing for everybody.
Yeah.
If there's some kind of mechanism where they can come in and receive their protocols as to what they do.
Yeah.
And because every project is different, those rules are going to be probably have to be different for everybody. There won't be, oh, you do this, you do this, you do this, you do this.
Yeah.
Here is what you do. Here's your map. It's not like that. It's probably, we're going to have some kind of a board they come before and determines how.
Well, every project is a little different,
Yeah,
so
we
I
haven't
think
really-
that makes an
but-
awful lot of sense.
But the Board of Health is being included in these conversations.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to let you know that.
That's fantastic. And by the way, there is a meeting. I don't know if anybody else is interested. I had kind of written it off because I can't. Well, I thought I couldn't go to it, but that was before the government shut down and all of my plans were changed. Next Monday, I think it is, a meeting, public forum. Yes, for open space. So if there's anyone that is interested, all the boards, commissions, committees, and departments
What time is
have
that,
been
Ann?
invited.
That was
It's going to be 7 p.m., Monday, January 29th. And being New England, we have a snow date. That would be Tuesday. There's going to be a plan available on the town website. So there's, this proposed draft open space and recreation plan update. So I am most definitely going to try to make it to that. If anyone else is on the board is interested, you most certainly can also come.
Is that here?
Yes, it's in the Great Hall, I believe. Yeah. So Monday, 7 o'clock, snow date, Tuesday. So, as you pointed out, Mary, I think we do have action items for
I think we're
February
pretty set.
12th. Yeah. And I expect to be around, Jane, so we can
Okay.
go over them as we get closer to the date that you have to put them out. Wonderful.
Now, now you just remind me, see, you keep me here long enough, and I think about the things. No. Well,
give
no,
away all your
we had
secrets,
to
Mary.
add this year because of all the money they spent on the McNiff. That had to be added into figuring out the tax levy this year. What is the update on the other two properties? Have those been taken over by somebody else? Did the bank take it? What kind of money have we spent on that? Could we get a little update from the town administrator on that?
I can ask.
Well, we did have the,
Sure.
the several properties, so.
Yeah.
And that's the only one I heard. I was not able to go to that tax classification because I was out with my
Williams
bad
and
back.
Washington.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will ask that question,
Okey-doke.
where that stands. All right.
So
That's all I have.
it's 10 minutes to 7, and I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.